Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Welcome to the channel. This is my review for Luca, which is the latest film from Pixar, streaming exclusively on Disney+. The movie takes place in Italy. In the ocean, there live sea monsters that have the ability to walk up on land and turn into humans. But it's very dangerous for the sea monsters to go onto land, considering that the nearby town hunts sea monsters. The movie follows a boy named Luca, who is voiced by Jacob Tremblay. His parents tell him that the surface is a dangerous place and that humans will pretty much hunt them. However, he makes friends with another sea monster boy named Alberto, who is voiced by Jack Dylan Grazer. Alberto has this dream of buying a Vespa and just traveling all over the world, and Luca wants to pretty much come along with him because he finds the human world to be kind of interesting, if not a little scary. But in order to get a Vespa, they actually need to go to that town that hates sea monsters. So thank God they can transform into humans on land, because if they couldn't, that'd be a short movie. So while in town, they come across a human girl that they befriend, Giulia, and the local bully, Ercole. They hear about this big competition in town, pretty much a triathlon, where they can win prize money to buy a Vespa and just get out of here. So it's always a good time when a Pixar movie comes out, because their movies have pretty much raised me. I talked about Pixar movies several times before, and this is another really good one. I will say though, right off the bat, it's one of my least favorite Pixar movies. But think about this for a second. Pixar has made 24 movies. One of them I don't like. Two of them I think are okay, and another two I think are just good. The rest of their filmography is excellent. So me saying that this is one of my favorite Pixar movies is not really much of a criticism at all. It's got everything that you'd expect from a great Pixar movie. It's got beautiful animation, it's got a really inventive world, some really neat ideas, and its characters are very charming. And what helps with some of these characters are the way they're animated and designed. The characters don't really look like traditional Pixar characters, at least the humans. They kind of have a mix of the character designs from the Peanuts. I mean, Giulia herself kind of reminds me of Charlie Brown's sister, Sally. So I wonder if the Peanuts was a big influence on the character design for at least the kids in this movie. The voice cast is great. You have Jacob Tremblay and Jack Dylan Grazer as the two leads, Luca and Alberto, and the friendship between the two of them is strong. The movie has an overall theme of learning to accept those that are different from you, and that's more the main focus, and just stop living in fear, because that fear is just going to cause more problems to not just you, but to others as well. It's not a very deep theme. It's something that we've seen before. In fact, you could even make an argument that I just reviewed a movie that tackled this theme in a way, The Fox and the Hound. But it works. As long as the execution is there, it can work. The rest of the characters are fun as well. Giulia is very energetic, she's enthusiastic, and she just has a snarky personality when it comes to the trio of main characters, Luca, Alberto, and her. Her father's a really fun character as well. Just this giant, tough, one-armed fisherman who has a heart of gold. And the bully, Ercole, is really funny as well. He can be obnoxious, but I think that's the overall joke, because when he first pops up, all the local townspeople are just like, oh god, this guy. And everyone just seems to be annoyed by him. He's not the traditional Stephen King bully, although there are points where he does cross that line. He's just more of that egotistical, self-centered prick who thinks that everybody loves him, despite the fact that you could tell people are either scared or annoyed by him. And I think the really faint, I'm just going through puberty mustache definitely helps with making this character the way he is. Maya Rudolph and Jim Gaffigan played Luca's parents, and I think they're fun. They don't do a whole lot in the movie, but they're memorable enough characters for me. And funny enough, this is the second animated movie this year where Maya Rudolph plays a mother to our main characters. And I think her performance in The Mitchells vs. the Machines is a lot better. And here's a real shocker to you guys. Not only do I think Maya Rudolph is better in Mitchells vs. the Machines than here, but I think that movie is just better overall than Luca. Because normally when a Pixar movie comes out, it will usually top my list. It will make the #1 spot in my favorite movies of the year. This is not going to happen, and this is the only Pixar movie being released this year. And it's not that the movie's bad. Like I said before, it's one of my least favorite Pixar movies, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it's a bad movie at all, considering their track record. I just feel like there are moments that didn't hit me emotionally the way some of the other Pixar movies have. Like Toy Story 4 hit me emotionally, and maybe nostalgia had a factor in that movie, but it did leave an impact on me regardless. Onward was all about the bonding between two brothers. That hit me on an emotional level as well. Soul was a really existential movie where you think about life itself, the afterlife, and just live your life every second. Like, that movie really hit me, despite seeing it on Disney Plus and not in a theater. Luca didn't really do that for me. And I was actually shocked that this movie didn't emotionally impact me the way Pixar's last 3 films have. And I know what some of you are thinking right now. Oh, well, you saw this movie on Disney Plus, so of course it's not going to have the same emotional impact as it would in a theater. Not true, because like I said, Soul impacted me and I didn't see that in a theater, and I actually did see Luca in a theater. Here in Los Angeles, we have the El Capitan Theater, which is owned by Disney, and for 1 week they're showing Luca in that theater, so I'm one of the very few people that actually got to see this movie on a big screen. And again, on a big screen, it didn't hit me emotionally the way some of the other movies do. But that's just me, and not a big criticism towards the movie. One other thing I will point out before I give my rating is that there's a lot that this movie borrows from The Little Mermaid, like right down to the parents, the notion of the surface being dangerous. If you've seen The Little Mermaid, you can kind of map out the direction that Luca is going in, so it doesn't leave a whole lot of surprises, but the execution is still there. And that's not to say that this is a carbon copy of The Little Mermaid, because there are definitely things that happen in this movie that are different from The Little Mermaid. And despite all that, I still think this movie works. I'm going to just give my rating right now. It's worth seeing in your lifetime. Again, this is not one of my favorite Pixar movies, but considering their track record, it's still a great movie regardless. If there was ever a chance in the future that Pixar would release this in a theater, I'd suggest you take that chance, because I am mad. I am absolutely mad that they didn't do the Disney Premier Access with this like they did with some of the other movies. And even some of the employees over at Pixar have voiced their frustration about this decision because it just doesn't make them feel special. Why did Luca just get pulled from theaters entirely and made a Disney Plus exclusive that you don't have to pay an extra fee for? That makes no sense, especially considering that people love Pixar movies. I mean, sure, the Disney live-action movies might be more profitable than Pixar movies. I don't know. People love Pixar movies more than the Disney live-action remakes. You gotta admit that. I just hope that their next movie, Turning Red, gets released in theaters, because Domee Shi is the director of that movie, who also directed the great short film Bao, and considering how great that was, I can't wait to see her first feature film at Pixar. But if it ends up going down the same route as Luca and is streaming only on Disney Plus, no theatrical release, that's gonna make me turn red. And there you go, that's my review for Luca. Despite my frustration with this being a streaming exclusive movie, it's still really good. But now I wanna know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching my review for Luca. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go check out my Twitch channel, and support me on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.